Have you ever called your dog's name only to be completely ignored? You repeat yourself, maybe even raise your voice, but they act like you don't exist. It's frustrating, but here's the truth: your dog isn't ignoring you just to be stubborn. There's a reason behind it, and once you understand why, you can fix it fast. In this video, we'll break down the most common reasons dogs ignore their owners and, more importantly, how to get them to respond every time. Stick around until the end for simple, proven tricks that will transform your dog's behavior. And if you've ever felt like your dog is giving you the silent treatment, let me know in the comments. Subscribe and let's dive in. 9 reasons why your dog ignores you. 1. Lack of training or reinforcement. Dogs rely on consistent training and reinforcement to understand what is expected of them. If training is inconsistent or unclear, they may become confused and fail to obey commands. Without proper reinforcement, dogs might not recognize that listening to you leads to positive outcomes. Training is not a one-time event. It requires repetition and patience to solidify commands and behaviors. Additionally, some dogs may need refreshers on training over time. If they have learned a command but are not consistently rewarded for following it, they may stop responding. Using positive reinforcement, such as treats, praise, or play, encourages dogs to obey commands willingly. Without these reinforcements, they might ignore commands simply because they don't see a benefit in following them. 2. Too many distractions. Dogs have a natural curiosity and heightened senses, which means their attention can be easily diverted by outside stimuli. Loud noises, the presence of other animals, or interesting smells can make it difficult for them to focus on commands. If a dog responds well in a quiet indoor setting but struggles to obey in a busy park, distractions are likely the cause. To improve focus in distracting environments, it helps to gradually increase difficulty in training sessions. Start in a quiet, controlled space, then slowly introduce distractions while reinforcing commands. Using high-value treats or engaging toys can also help keep their attention on you rather than external stimuli. Consistent practice in various environments will teach them to listen, no matter the surroundings. 3. Negative associations. Dogs learn through association, and if responding to a command consistently leads to an unpleasant experience, they will begin to avoid obeying. For example, if calling your dog always results in leaving the dog park, taking a bath, or being scolded, they may hesitate to come when called. They associate the command with something negative rather than with a reward or positive interaction. To rebuild trust, it is important to create positive experiences around obedience. When calling your dog, sometimes offer treats, praise, or play instead of immediately ending a fun activity. Reinforcing good behavior with rewards rather than punishment helps them see listening to you as a positive experience. Over time, they will learn that following commands leads to enjoyable outcomes, making them more willing to obey. 4. Inconsistent commands. Dogs thrive on clear and consistent communication. If you use different words or tones for the same command, your dog may struggle to understand what you want. For example, if you say, "Come," one day and here another, they might not realize both words mean the same thing. Consistency in both verbal cues and hand signals helps dogs learn and retain commands more effectively. Additionally, tone and delivery matter. If you sometimes say a command in a firm voice, but other times in a playful tone, your dog may not recognize it as the same instruction. Using the same word, tone, and body language every time reinforces the command and reduces confusion. Training everyone in the household to use the same commands also prevents mixed signals that could make learning more difficult for your dog. 5. Lack of motivation. Dogs respond best to positive reinforcement. If there is no clear benefit to obeying a command, they may decide it's not worth their effort. Rewards like treats, verbal praise, or playtime provide motivation and encourage them to follow instructions. If a dog learns that listening earns them something enjoyable, they will be much more likely to obey. Different dogs are motivated by different rewards. Some prefer food, while others may respond better to toys, belly rubs, or enthusiastic praise. Understanding what excites your dog can make training more effective. If your dog seems uninterested in following commands, it may be because the reward isn't valuable enough to them. Finding the right motivator can make all the difference in their willingness to listen. 6. Hearing problems or age-related issues. As dogs age, they may develop hearing loss that makes it difficult to respond to verbal commands. If your older dog has started ignoring you, it's possible they simply can't hear as well as they used to. In these cases, hand signals or visual cues can be a helpful alternative. Teaching your dog nonverbal commands early on can make the transition easier if hearing loss occurs later in life. Puppies, on the other hand, may struggle with focus rather than hearing. Their short attention spans and excitement about new surroundings can make it difficult for them to concentrate on commands. Training young dogs requires patience, repetition, and gradually increasing distractions to improve their listening skills. Over time, with consistent reinforcement, puppies will learn to respond reliably, even in more stimulating environments. 7. They've learned to ignore you. Dogs are quick learners, and if they realize they can ignore a command without any consequences, they will likely continue doing so. If you've repeatedly told your dog to come or sit, and they haven't followed through without any reinforcement or correction, they may assume that listening is optional. Over time, this habit strengthens, making it harder to get their attention when it really matters. To fix this, it's essential to follow through on commands every time. If they don't listen, avoid repeating yourself over and over. Instead, gently guide them into the behavior you're asking for and reward them when they comply. Using high-value rewards, like their favorite treat or toy, can also rebuild responsiveness by making it worth their while to obey. 8. Overuse of their name without meaning. Many owners call their dog's name repeatedly without following it with an instruction, which can cause the dog to tune it out over time. If Max is heard all day without a clear purpose, the dog may stop recognizing it as a cue to pay attention. This makes it harder for them to respond when you actually need their focus. To prevent this, use their name strategically. Their name should always signal that something is about to happen, like a command, a treat, or an activity. Instead of just saying Max, say Max, sit, or Max, come. This teaches your dog that hearing their name means they need to pay attention and take action rather than just ignoring it. 9. Lack of bonding time. Dogs are more likely to listen to people they trust and feel connected to. If your interactions with your dog are mostly about discipline or commands rather than positive experiences, they may feel less inclined to listen to you. Strong bonds are built through play, affection, training, and shared activities. Spending quality time together strengthens your dog's desire to listen and cooperate. Simple activities like playing fetch, going for walks, or practicing tricks with positive reinforcement help build a strong relationship. When a dog sees their owner as a source of fun and security, they are much more likely to pay attention and follow commands willingly. How to fix it fast? 10. Use high-value rewards. Not all rewards are equally motivating for dogs. While some may happily respond to basic kibble, others need something more exciting, like small pieces of chicken or cheese. Finding what truly excites your dog is key to reinforcing good behavior. High-value rewards help your dog associate listening and obeying commands with something positive, making them more likely to respond quickly and consistently. To determine the best reward, try offering different treats or toys and observe what makes your dog most eager. Use these special rewards only during training to keep them extra motivating. If your dog isn't food-driven, experiment with praise, belly rubs, or a game of fetch, anything that makes them excited to follow your instructions. 11. Keep commands simple and consistent. Dogs learn best when commands are short, clear, and consistently used. If you tell them, come, one day, but say, here, the next, they may struggle to understand what you expect. Sticking to the same wording and tone ensures they can recognize and respond correctly every time. Additionally, commands should be spoken firmly but not harshly. A confident and positive tone helps reinforce the message, while a confusing or changing command might make training frustrating for both you and your dog. Keeping instructions simple allows your dog to learn faster and remain responsive in different situations. 12. Make training fun and engaging. Training should be an enjoyable experience, not a chore. Dogs respond better when they feel excitement and encouragement from their owner. If training is overly strict or repetitive, they may lose interest and stop listening. Keeping it upbeat with a happy voice, playfulness, and quick rewards makes them eager to participate. One way to keep training engaging is to turn it into a game. For example, practicing come by running away playfully and rewarding them when they chase you makes learning feel like a fun challenge. The more enjoyable training is, the more willing your dog will be to listen and improve their skills. 13. Train in a quiet environment first. Dogs can become overwhelmed by distractions, especially when they're still learning a command. Training in a quiet, controlled environment, like indoors, helps them focus and understand what's expected before introducing more challenges. A dog that can sit perfectly in the living room might struggle in a busy park, where there are new smells, people, and other animals. Once your dog consistently follows commands in a quiet space, gradually increase distractions by training in the backyard, then in a park, and finally in more stimulating environments. This step-by-step approach ensures they stay focused and responsive, no matter where they are. 14. Never punish for coming to you. One of the biggest mistakes owners make is scolding their dog when they finally come after being called. Even if they took their time or ignored you at first, always reward them for returning. If a dog associates coming back with punishment, they will be even more hesitant next time, making training much harder. Instead of punishing, focus on making recall a positive experience. When your dog returns, use an excited tone, give praise, or offer a treat. This way, they learn that coming when called is always rewarding. Even if you're frustrated, keeping the experience positive ensures that they feel safe responding to your command in the future. 15. Use a long leash for recall training. A long training leash, 15 to 30 feet, is a valuable tool for teaching recall in open spaces while maintaining control. It allows your dog to explore while ensuring they still listen when called. If they hesitate or ignore the command, you can gently guide them back and reinforce the behavior with a reward. Start in a quiet area, such as a backyard, and gradually introduce distractions as they improve. Practice calling them back and rewarding them every time they respond, making it fun and engaging. Over time, this builds a strong recall response, helping your dog learn to come back even without the leash. 16. Build a stronger bond. Dogs are more likely to listen to owners they trust and enjoy spending time with. A strong bond is built through consistent play, training, and positive interactions. If a dog feels connected to you, they will naturally pay more attention and be eager to respond to commands. Spending quality time doesn't have to be just about training. It can include playing fetch, going for walks, or simply relaxing together. Training should also be fun and rewarding, rather than a stressful obligation. The more enjoyable your interactions are, the more responsive your dog will be, leading to better obedience and a happier relationship overall. Your dog isn't ignoring you to be difficult. They just need the right training, motivation, and trust. With a few adjustments, you'll notice a huge improvement in how they respond to you. Which tip are you going to try first? Let me know in the comments. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more expert dog training tips.